and welcome to MGP366. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Auf Deutsch, Pab. For goodness sake, if we're doing different languages, auf Deutsch.
Pardon?
Say it in
Auf
German,
Deutsch?
Pab.
I don't know Deutsch.
You don't know how to say hello in German.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Nobody just said to Anna, it's bonsoir, Anna, it's night time, like he did to me last week. Half an hour of pre-show, you lectured me about how you shouldn't use bonjour in the evening.
Well, I was just trying to teach you to be polite. I don't know why I'm trying to get you to be polite in French. You can't be polite in English. You've got no hope of being polite in French.
You were wrong, and you would never admit it.
I
feel like
wrong.
Anna saying bonjour is vindication, because she, as everybody knows,
No,
is French.
Anna is fully aware that the podcast releases at 10 o'clock in the morning, so if she opened by saying bonsoir, all the French people would think, that girl's an idiot. She doesn't know it's the morning.
There'd be garlic everywhere. They'd be so furious.
Exactly, so she's just taking into account other people's feelings. When you said it to us, there was no one else listening. You were just being rude. It offended me.
Fair enough.
How are we all anyway? Have we all had a delightful week?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Okay.
Are we all excited for my grand return to social media in the morning? In fact, by the time this podcast is out, I will be back with a bang on social media. Have you missed me?
Moving on, are you going to do a 24-hour video of you just tweeting non-stop?
How's that moving on? Isn't that exactly the same topic?
No, moving on from your question about missing you.
You've missed me. I know you've all missed me. Sheepdog's had to
No,
text
I just text
me.
you.
For the first time in about 6 years, I've been getting texts. If you go back through our text conversation, there's 6 from the last month of us saying various combinations of podcast time to each other. And then before that, it'll be stuff from uni. That's how long it's been since we've texted each other.
There was a point where, if you went back through our conversations, it was just you saying "come the F on" over and over again. just waves and waves of just "come the F word on." And I used to just think, it sounds like you're just really like, yeah, about stuff.
No, that's the correct way to tell someone you're outside their house. And obviously I can't swear on social media.
Sometimes I see your car pull up and I know you're there, but I wait for the text. Because it would be rude not to.
To be fair, if you tried to get in the car before I'd sent it, the door would still be locked because I'm sending that text. I'm not letting you in.
I'm sure that's probably happened, to be fair, but I feel like you need to let me know you're ready with the text.
Yeah, we have certain rituals that we have to follow. It's very important.
We do. I've learned this week that right, I said I had to cover something off early in the show. We had a review from Andrew Barter this week. Thank you, by the way, because we have mentioned now and again that we don't get that many reviews anymore because we've been around forever. And all of our listeners are from the beginning.
I'm his son's dad's favourite YouTuber, so, there's that as well, which is very exciting. That. I hope this is a positive review. If he's changed his mind, and if the first thing I have to do when I go back on Twitter at midnight is change my tagline, then I'm going to be devastated.
No, so he put congratulations on a year's worth of content. 10 years after starting listening, still he's put living the show. I'm guessing he means loving, but if he is living,
he means living.
Good. He put, please ban Sheepdog from describing games as janky all the time, and I'm like, I apologise for that because I think I've got a problem of trying to describe a game and thinking, what words shall I use? I don't want to use the same words all the time. I know, I'll call it this. And it turns out that I always go for janky. I think he's right. And I'm sorry. I just think that's the word I go to and I'm trying to be different.
I think, in your defence, and I know it's not like me to defend you, but I'd never heard that word until Pab started saying it on the podcast. So I think it's Pab's fault.
He's been around for like 6 years.
I think that's a word of the internet because I've never come across the word janky in day-to-day life. It's only on this podcast out of Pab's mouth and more recently your mouth and on YouTube that I've heard the word janky. I don't think it's a normal word. It's an internet word.
Well, Pab, I was probably in spitting distance of becoming his second favourite YouTuber and now I'm dead to him. But
I'm going to be honest with you.
I do apologise.
When you said that then, I was thinking, have I used that word before? Because I don't recall using that ever.
Yeah, you did. Because I remember the first time you said it, probably about 18 months ago, you said the word janky and I Googled it to see what it meant. And I distinctly remember it. Because I had no idea what you were saying. In fact, I've just looked it up again now. It's only come into common usage relatively recently. It's a word that originated in the 1990s. And has it made it into the Oxford Dictionary in 2015. So it
I
is
know what janky
It
is.
That's because you are of the internet. You watch a
No,
lot of
but
YouTube.
like
and stuff.
of years ago.
No, you don't.
I do.
If it was more than 4 years ago, you definitely don't, because it wasn't a word. Unless you invented it.
Maybe she did. Maybe she brought it to the show, and then Pab reappropriated it, and then I've just caught up late on it. But
I refuse to use it, because if it's not a word that I am comfortable using in everyday life, I won't use it here. So I've never said it until this conversation.
What did make me laugh after reading that was that a lot of people... I thought last week I was negative about a popular game, and it was all true, and you know how I felt, but when I say stuff about games, people tend to send me flack all week or months later about how angry they are that I was rude about the game. And those people, I guess, have just blocked me by now, because none of that happened. All I got was loads of tweets going, yeah, it is janky, that's how I'd describe it. And it made me laugh that, like, I got several tweets calling it janky, and I just thought...
Oh, I bet Andrew Bart was loving that.
I tried to find him to tweet him to apologise without doing it through the show, but I don't know his Twitter handle. It's probably really obvious, like his name or something, but I searched his name, and that was about as far as I could be bothered to go. But yeah, I won't use the word again. It's now expunged from my mind. I'm never going to say it again for as long as I live.
Bet you do. Bet you say it today.
Wait till
I'm looking at the games I've played, and there's only one on there that might... Well, there's two on there that might qualify, but I'll come up with a new word.
I mean, I have a lot of bells nearby. I could ring bells.
Why do you have bells?
Because I've been sorting out my studio.
Why do you have bells, though?
Because it's a bell end.
Wow.
That's very offensive.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. You defended me for the first time in a decade. You've been kind to me for like the full 2 minutes of this podcast.
It won't happen again.
And then I've done that. I've ruined everything. Oh no, what have I done?
Very upset.
Let's start again.
I did say to Anna, upon my grand return to social media, I might debut a new character, wrestling style, one that swears, and I think I might do now. I'm gonna go for you at midnight on Twitter. Be ready. I'm coming at you with a diss track.
So the worst thing is, at work, I've been trying to create a new character that doesn't just lay into everyone mercilessly. Like I offer that, I'm going to the shop, do you want me to get you a drink or anything? Or do you want me to take a cup of tea? I'm trying to just be nice to people. And I feel like I undermined it completely there.
It feels like there's a double turn coming. Kev's going heel, Sheepdog's going to become a babyface. Excellent stuff.
Oh, babyface Sheepdog.
That is what they used to call you pre-beard,
That
isn't
is. Yeah, and this beard is here to stay now, I think.
What, you're not shaving it off on your 40th birthday so everyone says how young you look for 40?
How long I look,
yeah
they might say.
That's been my
maybe.
plan since I grew this beard. The plan is 40th birthday, it's coming off.
No, it's not.
You saw pictures of you without a beard the other day.
No, it's not.
Don't do it, mate. Pictures of me without a beard look awful. I don't need to be told how young I look. I just need to be allowed into the room with people without them thinking, Jesus, put a bag on that, please.
So, video games. Talking of the Outer Worlds, didn't you tell me it's coming out on Switch?
It is,
Yeah.
March the 6th.
Interesting. Should I play it? Because obviously I'm never going to play it. I've got it on Xbox, obviously, because it was free, wasn't it, I think?
Game Pass, yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be on Amazon for Switch yet, so perhaps I'm not going to play it after all. Never mind.
If it's coming, you might eventually. I mean, they don't have to do
I mean,
much work
I'll just add it to my pile of Switch games that I buy with the intention of playing and don't play them on there either. I'll put it with Ni no Kuni and The Witcher, and there's probably several more. I've not even put The Witcher into my Switch.
Oh, you just made me realise all week I've been thinking there's a game I was supposed to just pick up and continue. What game was it? And I've been looking through my Xbox. I even thought for a moment it was Red Dead, but it's bloody Ni no Kuni, isn't it?
Do you like it?
I do like it, but I'm like a third of the way through it, maybe a little bit more.
What are you on? The first one?
The one on the Switch. Yeah. I need to complete that. That's probably something I can do over the weekend. I kind of fell down a bit of a manga rabbit hole over the week, and I've just been obsessing over that. But I have played games for once. But yeah,
Prove it.
Was the one I was supposed to do. What do you mean prove it? What, go into reviewing games now?
That's what I was hinting at, yeah.
That could have been a better segue than what I did. I I realised as well that I was playing games with my son and realised I've been playing them for weeks and I've not been reviewing them on the podcast because I'm a forgetful idiot. But I'll start with them, I think, because Anna bemoaned one of them before the show. So I got him Lego Worlds because he likes Minecraft, he likes Lego, he'll like Lego Worlds, and I'm surprised Anna thinks it's rubbish. I think it's pretty decent. And I'm
Bear in
surprised
mind, Anna thinks Minecraft's rubbish, so you have to take that as your
No,
base
no,
level.
I was playing this with Rue and he hated it. He didn't understand what he was supposed to do, and then I didn't understand what I was supposed to do, so we turned it off.
So I feel like I know there are modes where you don't have to be restricted, but we were only really playing it in the bit where it gives you little challenges to do, and like if you help me catch some pigs, you can make pigs and stuff like that. But I think it's quite fun. I really enjoy it. We've just been going around doing little bits and bobs, and I just can't understand. I mean, maybe it's just because Minecraft came first, but I feel like this should have been massive. I feel like this is the sort of thing that's like, it was just unlimited Lego forever with unlimited space, and you don't have to, like, we have Lego around our house. Once it's built, it sits on a shelf, and I go in my son's room and think, I really want to just smash that up so he has to rebuild it, because that's like 50 quid's worth of Lego there that's just an ornament now, and if I just hit it, he'll have to rebuild it, and that'll be a day where he'll just be busy. But I don't do it because I'm not a monster. But in virtual Lego, you could just keep building new things and new things and new things. You don't have to break it all up because you've still got blocks. It just seems mad that... it seems mad they even built the game, because they ran the risk of that, but I suppose people prefer to do it manually with real blocks. But yeah, I just don't get why this wasn't the Minecraft killer it should have been, really, other than the fact Minecraft was first and it's massively popular. I feel like maybe they didn't get the YouTube vote, because that's what a lot of games seem to need to become good. But I don't know, it just baffles me. It should be way more popular than it is. Just a cracking little game.
Splendid.
I was expecting a counterpoint. Everyone's just gone, fair enough.
Not played it, Sheepdog.
I've never played it. Anna didn't like it. There's your counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's on Game Pass, so, I mean...
I'll download it and add it to my list of things I'll never do.
No, like,
Hooray!
weirdly, while I was upstairs with Andy, he mentioned Lego City, that he wants to play that again, and I really don't want to. That should be on the Switch. I could just give him that.
I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it is on the Switch.
That is on the Switch, yeah, because I've got it.
It's on Game Pass as well, I think, because I'm sure Claire
Lego City.
Lego City Undercover, I'm pretty sure is on the Switch. It
Yeah, I've got
started
it,
on
yeah.
the Wii U, didn't it?
Yeah,
Is it really?
It's on the Switch, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
One.
It's $24.99 on Amazon.
What, with the little guy?
Lego City Undercover, Nintendo Switch.
We went to like a Lego thing last year, and they had a 4D Lego Undercover a film, and it was fantastic. It was well funny.
Has Anna gone to the shops to buy it? Is that what all this noise is?
She's off to Tesco's.
Anna, you know Amazon can deliver. What is happening?
She's gone now.
I'm back.
The other
went to
thing
get a
that I'd been
Switch.
playing... You went to... Oh, right, you are buying it. The other thing I'd been playing with him, mainly because he can't play it, is Jurassic World on Game Pass. It was on Games for Gold, sorry.
I bought this in the Steam sale. Guess what? Not played
You
it.
haven't played it. Yeah.
He's deleted everything off his Switch.
Has he?
Yeah.
Ooh. Are you sure you're not just logged in as you rather than him or something?
No, this is his. I bought him that Dr. Karashima brain training. Not there. I got him.
He probably
bowling.
shares my
Not
feelings on the
there.
Doctor.
Has he still got Goat Simulator on it?
Yeah, but that's a card.
Ah, okay.
Oh, he's a little bugger. Carry on.
Language. Yeah, this is more complicated, and I'm not going to lie, we've not played this to excess because he was expecting it to be like Zoo Tycoon, walk around, see the dinosaurs, and there is a little bit of that, but, well, I can't remember now. It's been about a week. It just seems a lot more complicated, a lot more sitting around reading things and pressing buttons, and I was hoping he could just... It would have a lower level that he could do on easy mode or something, but it involved too much of me doing all the work, but he wants to do all the work, so this isn't a great review, but
This game was massive in the Football Manager community when it came out because it's that kind of game. It's a game for Football Manager nerds rather than for people who like dinosaurs.
You can invest in your research on DNA and on just the. It's not just let's look at a bit of amber. It's like you can invest in fossils and then invest in a team that will look at them and get better at doing it. And you send dig teams out to different countries. So I was interested in it from a geeky point of view, but trying to explain to a 7-year-old what all that stuff was, he was just like, I just want to see dinosaurs. Like, can I just look at them? And unless something, I can't think if I set something wrong or what, but it was basically you built a dinosaur and then it just kind of disappeared into the enclosure. You didn't really see it. You couldn't just walk up to the fence and look at it. It was just... you knew it was in there and you could see its stats. He was expecting Zoo Tycoon. You go up to the side. I mean, weirdly, in that game is a really low fence and you've got a tiger on the other side of it just like looking at you, and you can go and like stroke an elephant and spray water at it, and the fence is really low, and he was expecting that with T-Rexes and stuff, but it's not that game. So we haven't played that to death, but it appealed to him, and like I wonder whether if I sat and played it over an evening I'd enjoy it. I feel like if I was going to play a game like that, I'd rather play Civilization or something.
Okay,
really.
Sheepdog.
Go on, Pep.
This is Jurassic World Evolution, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's called, yeah. So, if you play up to a certain point in the career mode, you get sandbox mode, don't you? I don't think you get it off the bat.
That's it. We weren't playing sandbox mode.
Yeah, you've got to play to a certain point.
You had to unlock it.
Yeah. So I think you have to get to like the third island. So maybe you want to spend an evening just get into that sandbox mode and then seeing where it goes from there with that, because I bet you get infinitely more out of it. That's
probably it, because when I did that in like City Skyline was a similar scenario for us. I showed him the game and he was just like, I don't know how to build a city. I was like, why do you want to play it then? Like, I can't sit here and set your taxes and sort out your police and whatever. And then I realised I could just put it in sandbox mode. And Bosch, he just built a city, and he had like not the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, a stadium, all sorts of stuff. He loved that. He built like a city in the shape of a leaf. With I was well fascinated with what he did. He did like a curved road round like a leaf, and then he did all the lines on the leaf as roads, and he had a line straight through the middle, and he just treated it like it. I don't know, like the further up the leaf you went, the more green it was because you were living in houses, but at the bottom it was where all the work was being done, and it was just like, that's really cool. I was like, he should plan cities. We'd all live in leaf cities if he did that. But he couldn't do that kind of thing in Jurassic Park. But maybe he will if I put it in the sandbox mode. Yeah. Maybe he'll have a leaf-shaped park.
I don't know why they did that, to be fair. Because I imagine it's just to get you through learning the basics of what you need to do each thing and. I
wonder whether sometimes they think you'll just say the game was too easy if you could have everything. But really, what they are doing is saying we're not going to let you play it how you want. And yeah, it stopped us playing it.
I think you have to get to like the third island. I think it's like the third island or something like that before you can. So you have to go through a lot of like different objectives to do and different things to complete before you can move on to the next island. I think it is the third island you've got to do, and then it'll just pop up saying on like whatever it is, sandbox unlocked.
It made me realise there's not only one island in the films. I thought there was. I thought it was just an island, Isla Nebbar or Nubar or something.
Numblar or whatever it's called, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm guessing there's multiple
there
islands.
There are a few, there's like a little, what's the word? Archipelago?
Crop.
That word? That is a word.
Sounds like a song, a music type. I've forgotten what else I played. This doesn't have to be all me, but I got him a game called Insane Robots that I played because he didn't really get it. But that's the one I would have used the word I'm not going to say on. It was all like developed in Unity, and I thought, oh, here we go. This is a game someone's kind of held together. It's my first game. .exe, and it's better than that, but it was still. I was kind of just like, what's the point? You have so many seconds to. Like, so you're on like a board and you move around the board and there's other robots moving around the board, and if you can either just avoid them and hope they just kill each other while you collect pieces on this board, or if you end up occupying the same space, you have to fight that robot. But the way you fight the robot is you have an amount of seconds each go, you pick cards off the bottom, so you can say, all right, I'm going to put an attack one there, I'm going to put an attack one next to it. You can put defense ones in, you can put special move ones in, and if you try and do too many, it's you've run out of seconds. And I'm like, well, you only gave me 3 early on. You can use hack cards to lower the defense or ruin your opposition, or to hack yours and make it better. And eventually, once you're confident you can beat the other robot, you pull the trigger on your controller and it attacks the other robot, and then you win the battle. But it just seemed like, what's the point? There was a little story to it about saving the universe, it was more important than saving the universe. But I kept skipping it by mistake because I didn't know what button to press to continue the conversation. But every battle with robots just seemed identical and really flimsy, and it was too much for a kid to understand, but felt too basic for me to really bother with, because it was just like, okay, I put that there, press trigger, great. I get that it would have got harder as I went on, but it felt like it was easy for too long. And I feel like some of the games on Game Pass, you're like, wow, I can't believe they put Gears 5 on here, but equally it's like, oh, I can see why this is on here. You might notice what I was going to say, part of the reason I did these games is I kind of went on there after last week saying I don't really want to play a shooting game because they make me feel ill, and because I feel like they're all pretty similar now. Like there's not much newness coming out. It just feels like I don't want to sound all cliche and silly and the games are all the same. They're not all the same, but all the ones on there just seemed like, okay, yep, gun, monsters, shoot, great. Everyone's a bit angry, okay, whatever. And I was really struggling to just find something I fancied that would give me a bit of entertainment or challenge. Or I did get Humans Fall Flat, which is a puzzle game.
That's good,
and that was really fun. But it made me so violently sick, so sick.
I can see
that.
Yeah,
I actually said to Claire, I was like, oh my god, I need to lie down, and I lose the ability to talk, and I just said to her, you need to go sit on the other sofa because I'm laying down and you're where my feet need to be. And but I'm like, you need to move over there. My feet are going there, and I can't function. And I was laying there, and I'm thinking like, I need to just cancel my plans for the evening now. That's me dead. I'm gone. I can't function. Luckily, after like 20 minutes it went away, but Claire was saying to me, why do you play these games? And I sort of said to her, because if I don't play games I can't do the podcast, and then I won't be able to see my friends. It wasn't that pathetic, but but she was just like, you don't need to play games that are going to make you pass out almost. And I'm like, yeah, no, I need to stop. I need to know. I should have known the moment I turned it on it was going to make me ill. But it took like probably 4 levels before I started I just went off the edge. It was like the character went off the edge and I just went with him. I was like, I'm out, I'm gone, I can't play anymore. I absolutely fell apart. And yeah, I would recommend that if you don't suffer from whatever weirdness I suffer from. Every time it happens I Google it. No answers, no one knows why it happens. It's absolutely absurd, and I wish I could cure it. Like, I feel like I should be doing some kind of like Red Nose Day event on telly. Lenny Henry should have me on telly. This is Sheepdog. Look at him trying to play a game there. He can't do it. It makes his head go funny. Let's just, if we can raise 50 million, we'll open up his brain and figure out what the hell's going on.
I'll open up your brain for less than that.
Well, if you can fix this, mate, I'll let you. If you can figure out a tangible, justifiable thing.
Give me 10 minutes with your brain open and we're there. I've got a saw.
It's absolutely mad. So yeah, they're the 4 games that I've kind of not talked about before. One that Pab's gonna have to hate me for mentioning. You won't like me talking about it. They've added Go Battle League into my game that I'm obsessed with. That everyone knows I'm obsessed with.
Oh, I'm intrigued though, because I saw this and I was like, I don't know what this is.
This is great, but because it's a fitness game, they've done it in the most anti-Sheepdog way imaginable. To play it, you have to walk 5 kilometres.
That's so they let you have one go.
They let you have one go for so you get 5 battles a day on Pokemon Go against other people, completely random. It's there's closed seasons and seasons. So we're in the closed season at the moment where you're just upping your rank. So the more effort you put in now, the higher your rank will be, and then that's the league you'll be in when you play it in the open season. So I'm currently rank 3, I think. But what it is, they give you 5 battles at the start. That's just everyone gets 5. And then, depending on how you do on that, it suddenly tells you, like, oh, no, you're rank 2 or you're rank 3. And then to get your next 5 battles, you have to walk 5 kilometres. If you walk 2 kilometres, you can then spend coins to unlock the other 3 kilometres and just get on with it, if you're like a whale. I don't. Obviously, I walked the 5. I walked the 5. I drove to work with it on, and it added like 2k, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then I went to the shops at lunchtime, and it added another. And I've basically just been making sure that when I did walk to Tesco's and I walked somewhere, I'm making sure I get through the 5k every day by whatever means necessary. It does encourage me to walk more than normal, but I ain't walking 5k just to fight in this game. So. The first 5 I did, I won 1 out of 5. I was absolutely destroyed. And I thought, how can I, Sheepdog, the Pokemon Master, get destroyed? It turns out I don't know anything about PvP, as they call it, especially the league. It's bizarre. Like, in the top league, you need all your really, really strong Pokemon that you spent time investing in. In the Great League, it has to be Pokemon that have a really, really low attack stat and the right kind of moves, and all. Someone ran like every type, every combination, and they come out with the top 30. So I sat there reading some chart with the top 30, and it turns out I have like 3 perfect fits of these top 20 Pokemon. So I made a team with them today, and once I'd hit that 5k mark, I went in and I did 5 more battles, and I won 4 out of 5. I almost won 5 out of 5, and mainly because I had one exactly. He was like a top 10 sort of Pokemon. Exactly the right stats and moves, and I used him, and it's like bang, just smashed through 4 people in a row. It does seem a little bit like it is potluck. Like it wouldn't be potluck if you had a perfect team, and I don't have a perfect team. I have a good team, but yeah, they're adding in things to it, so you get better unlocks. There's certain Pokemon you can only get by playing it up and ranking up to rank 4. I'm hoping there's enough time in the closed season to actually achieve rank. I think there's 10 ranks. It talks about having to get 2,500 points to be ranked 10, and I don't know how you get points. It doesn't say. It just says I've done 6 wins out of 10 battles. I did 4 wins in a row and earned some Stardust from it. It doesn't say what my actual points are. But yeah, it's a cool little feature. I feel like it's, again, making it more of a game, more interactive, more cool. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm hoping that I'll get good at it, and it'll give me a new thing to do with it. But that's me done. I feel like I've been talking forever now, so you lot talk.
Well, I won't be buying that game.
What game?
Their City Undercover.
Why is that?
Why?
It's £50.
But it's £25 on Amazon. Just get it on Amazon.
Yeah, but it'll be a game card. It needs to be a download.
Yeah, you've just said he deletes all the downloads, so at least he won't be able to delete it. He'll just have to swap the cartridges.
That PEX game, and he'll never play because it's on card. It has to be download.
Just wait for a sale on it, because I got it for about 12 quid.
Or we could have a look at Kev's CD keys thing and see if it's on there.
I've already been on there. It's not on there.
We'll see.
Yeah, just wait for a sale. Just keep checking the sales or whatever. Put it on your watch list or something like that, and then you'll get an email at some point.
Don't Amazon sell the codes?
Sometimes. Yeah. Not all the time, though.
Yeah, there's no code on this one on Amazon. Oh, hold on.
Maybe it'd be against Nintendo's interests, wouldn't it?
No, there isn't. There's an even cheaper version that's £24.70, but again for the game card. Yeah. Just get him it as a cartridge. If he wants to play it that badly, he will.
Does he not like having the cartridges in there then?
No.
But his Goat Simulator one's on a cartridge.
Yeah, but remember, he's got like 6 DSs, and they each have a game in that won't be interchangeable. He'll just use that.
You have to buy multiple switches.
God bless him. Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, then he'll just have to not play it then, I guess. But we just have to tell him
Well,
this is the only way he can
in a
get
couple
it.
of weeks, isn't it?
What?
Animal Crossing, and he'll want that. So.
But again, that'll be a cartridge, won't it?
Yeah, you get the new Animal Crossing Switch with it.
Oh, I know, it's so gorgeous.
Pretty
isn't
good.
it?
They're on a right trick with this, aren't they? When they brought out Sword and Shield, Ollie was slightly disappointed that his Switch was blue and not the pink and blue of the Sword and Shield one. And then he saw mine was pink and blue but a different shade and was like, "You've got a Sword and Shield one!" But what colour's the Animal Crossing one?
Like blue. And
Like
it's just
it's
pastel
like a
colours.
yeah, it's like a pastel
Yeah.
blue and like a pastel green,
Gorgeous.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
I think that's what the Pokemon was, pastel blue and pink. It's weird that they've just decided pastel's our premium colour. Does look good though.
Thank you. I have only played the same 2 games I talked about last week, believe it or not, Football Manager and Civilization. If you want to see how I'm doing in either of them, watch my YouTube channel. Review's over.
Are you playing Civ on, Kev?
PC.
You're playing it on
I was
the
going
PC
to say,
now?
I thought you were on the Switch with it, and I was
Yeah,
wondering.
but I
how...
already owned it. I bought it on Steam when it first came out. I buy the DLC, or I bought the first expansion when that came out. I bought the new expansion via my CD Keys discount code, and just thought I'd play it on PC. It cost like £8 to get the expansion pack, and it records. It does play so much better on the PC. I feel a little bit dirty playing it on Switch now. But one of the things they added with the most recent update is it does have a cloud save feature, so I can play my game on Steam and it will save via my Firaxis account. I can play the same save on my Switch.
Really?
Just move between the two, same as
Wow.
Football Manager does. So it really is the console built for Kev, because it's got my 2 favourite games ever and they both cross-play to PC. It's astonishing.
That's cool.
It is cool.
Have you ever? I'm not suggesting we do this, but have you ever played Civ multiplayer?
No, because I'm not very good at it. If anyone's seen my YouTube videos, I'm really not very good at it, and I would get absolutely battered.
Yeah, I've never played it multiplayer because I tend to just stay to myself for a very, very, very long time, and then think I should really build other cities, and then I do a load of building other cities, but very close to my own city, so that they're almost like the satellite ones that get destroyed first. And then once I'm really confident that I can't possibly lose, I just go on a killing spree across the world, and I don't know any other way to play it, I think, really.
Well, that seems about right.
But multiplayer with me would just be, are you there? Are you actually playing this? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. And
If anyone is
2,000 years
interested in
later-
giving the game a try, you can get the base game on PC for $7.99 on CD Keys at the moment, which is
it's worth
absurdly
it.
cheap. If you
It's
want the
such a good
expansion packs as well, I think the digital deluxe version, which I think is the one with the expansion packs, is $11.99. Now, I could be wrong. You'd have to read about them properly, but I think digital deluxe has got expansion packs in, which is, again, just absolutely... Oh, no, it doesn't. It has some other DLC. Ignore me. But the expansion packs are cheap as well. I went onto Steam initially to try and buy the Gathering Storm expansion pack, and I think it was like $29.99 on Steam. And then on here, it's $14.99 for the expansion. So you'd be crazy if you pay Steam prices. But that's my CD Keys advert over. The link, as ever, Pab was put in the description.
If you are listening to this Saturday morning and you're thinking, I don't want to sleep this weekend, and you've never played Civ, just get it, because you ain't sleeping this weekend.
It is such a wonderful game. It really is. And yeah, if you're not sure, just check out. I've got 3 videos up on my channel now. My main channel.
I'd be shocked. If
It's
there are
been
many
coming
people
out
who've
at
never
9
played it.
o'clock every week, and the amount of people who've said, because obviously my channel is pretty much exclusively Football Manager, there's been at least half a dozen people in the comments who've said, I'd never even heard of this game before, but it looks amazing.
Really? I
Football
was about to
Manager
say.
is so insular. People play Football Manager and they don't play other games.
I genuinely felt like we were being patronising, even suggesting that people hadn't heard of it. I was about to say,
I think
I'm pretty
probably
sure.
our audience here have probably
Yeah.
all heard of it, because this is a general gaming audience. But yeah, it's similar to Football Manager. It's one of those games where there probably are people out there who just have played Civilization for 20 years and not played anything else, because you literally could do that. It's that.
The frustrating thing there
ridiculous.
is, in both games, you could probably make mistakes for 20 years and never grow as well.
Oh yeah,
I-
I've been playing this. I mean, I was telling Anna about staying up all night before Amy was born playing this. So
Lucy, didn't you say?
It might have been, yeah. We're going back sort of 15, 20 years of me playing this pretty religiously, and I'm still awful at it.
Yeah, this and FM, I remember mid 2000s still just grind.
And the
Mad.
fact you can now play the full fat version of the game on a handheld is, I mean, I just want to get in a time machine and hand this to 21-year-old Kev and blow his mind, because it's
You wouldn't be able to charge
absolutely insane. What?
He'd be like, where do I get a wire that fits this?
I'd take the wire for him as well. I'm not just going to hand him the console and no
What's he gonna
charging
plug that
cable.
into?
The
USB.
wall, you idiot!
Were there even USBs then?
It's a. Have you got a switch?
not
It's a
60.
plug socket.
Well, if the a socket is it? No, mine isn't. Mine's a USB.
Well, you can take a block with you as well. There are ways
If that
around
breaks-
your.
If that
your
breaks, he's ruined.
well, by this point, he's sold the technology and become a billionaire.
Do you reckon it'd be enough at that point to make you a billionaire?
What, inventing
Switch technology.
inventing the Switch 20 years ago? Yes, probably. That would probably
Yeah.
get the job done.
I suppose it would be HD
Bearing in mind,
in an era
we were
that
on
never had
flip
HD.
phones and Game Boy Color at that point.
Yeah. Would you sell it to Nintendo just to give them a head?
No, I'd
heads
create
up?
my own company called Nintendo. And I'd literally just
With
Sharpie.
Mario.
I would Sharpie over the N on the M and say, here's my prototype. Take me to China. We need a factory to produce these things.
You'd
Here's
have
the prototype.
Mario and Lelujo instead of Luigi.
Yes, I would. And people would say, what's a Lelujo? I've not heard of this. You
It
will.
might be
You
Mario's
will.
brother.
Exactly. But then when he got to his late 20s and was looking for an Xbox Live username, he wouldn't be able to find a unique word, and it would all go wrong. The loop would break.
You'd ruin the future. That's it. I mean, giving a £1 billion idea to Nintendo 20 years early would be enough to break history, but you changing your username,
Aye.
impossible.
I'd be on the breadline if it wasn't for that username. That's the only reason I was ever any successful on the internet, because I have a memorable name. Right, that's me done. Can I go home now? I'm ready to come in the house. Or have other people got games to talk about? No? Excellent. Let's wrap this up then. Pab, are
Sorry,
you there?
I'm here. Yeah, sorry, I'd muted myself. Sorry. Yeah.
Someone had to.
So, early over the weekend, Sheepdog was a superstar and got us some review codes for a little game called Journey to the Savage Planet.
Didn't he initially turn these down?
No, I didn't
That's
turn them
happening.
down. I just didn't acknowledge the receipt of the email. It kind of went. I got the email, didn't really think of it, and then Anna said, "Do you think you can get a review of this?" And I went, "They offered us one the other day," and I just didn't really.
What you should have done is said, I'll see what I can do, and then came back to her 20 minutes later. I pulled a few strings, but here you go.
To be fair, he did that
Honest to
anyway.
God, I didn't know they were going to reply that quickly. It was a weekend, and I said, "Oh, could we have a review of this? Is it
Well,
too
their
late?"
game's
And
literally coming out Monday, so they would have been crunching.
he was like, "It's never too late, Sheepdog," and he sent me it. And then I came back with, "If it's not too late, I don't suppose you have one for PC, do you?" And he was like, "Of course I do." And I thought, "You are a legend." Hopefully they get all the reviews, because this guy's brilliant.
He probably thinks you're that sheepdog fella off YouTube.
Probably, but although I use my real name on that, my birth name on the emails. Actually,
Your
so he
what name?
He actually said my name. I forget what it is.
There isn't one.
There
So
is.
tell us about the Savage Garden tribute game or whatever it is you've been playing. Does it fly you to the moon and back?
Kinda.
That's excellent. Kev.
Kinda.
I've been working on that for 3 days.
Yeah. Okay, so you start. This is a game. I initially had thoughts of No Man's Sky.
Yep.
I had initial thoughts of that, and it is a tiny bit like that,
Yep.
but pared down massively. So it is. You're not going to multiple planets doing infinite different things. You're on one set planet. You wake up on your little ship, and you're teleported down to this planet, and you are there to document, explore, and
Hold on. Before you went to the planet,
Yeah.
you had to choose an image that was you. What did you pick?
It's a good question.
If you didn't pick the dog, Pab, then you don't understand how the internet
Because
works.
I picked the dog, right? Oh, and I didn't understand Fraser's like, why does my thing not say any words? Why does it just make a grunting noise? Yeah, I picked the dog, so I grunt like a dog. Literally through the whole game.
I just picked the bloke, I think. I don't know. I do vaguely recall there's so many different things in this game that I don't know. I vaguely recall there being a thing, but I mean, there's so many different things about the ship that is is something else. We'll get to that in a bit. So the basic premise.
The adverts.
Yeah, there you go.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
So
Let's go sleep now.
Okay,
so there is like
You're a very good boy.
there is like there's like a monitor in your ship, and then
Okay, good night.
every time you pretty much like
Bye-bye.
return to the ship or go to the ship, there is an advert on your screen. There's a lot of advertising and stuff in this game. Fake advertising. So,
Really? Oh, right, I was going to say, you had
it's
me
not-
thrown for a second in, like Coca-Cola.
No. It's like for comedic
CD
effect.
keys.
It's for comedic effect. It's all FMV. It's all real FMV like adverts. A lot of the actual videos and stuff are all in FMV. All your updates from your headquarters back home are all in FMV. And yeah, they're all very humorous adverts about like food replacement supplements. It's just like some sort of goop. It's like
And space monkeys, but not space monkeys.
space monkeys, but it's like humans, and it's like an advert for this shopping mall that you put these little humans in. You add water to them, and then you put them in this shopping mall, and you can press the Black Friday button and watch them all fight and stuff. It's bonkers. It's some quite funny like advertisements in there. There's advertisements in everything. It's like you go to your messages in your computer for emails, and there's these fake adverts for PPI and stuff, and like I'm getting spam in me. I'm getting spam in the game. And it's like this big massive chunk of text. I'm like, I'm not reading all this, but you can get the gist of what it is. It's like, oh, I'm getting spam for PPI and different things, and yeah, it's quite amusing. It's quite a funny game. So the guy that your boss headquarters fellow comes on straight away on the ship on the screen, and he's this bald fellow with just this bald fellow. And then I was showing some videos because I've been streaming it on my Twitch channel. I was streaming it earlier in the week, and I was showing him some of the videos because some of them in the chat were going, these things, adverts are insane, and I was like, and he said, what's that video then? I said, oh, it's the message from our boss. So I put it on, and someone in chat went, what's Sheepdog doing on that video?
Kevin said the same.
How rude. I don't know what this looks like.
I can't
What's the character
remember,
called?
but I imagine it's some kind of bald
I
fellow.
went, Kevin, look at this. You went, why is Sheepdog on the TV?
Excellent. I need a picture of this character. Someone find a picture of the character and put it in the chat.
Yeah.
What were they on, Pab? What was this? A TV, did you say?
It's like your boss from the headquarters of the whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's the corporation.
Fourth best
Yeah.
space corporation.
I can't remember. They've got an actual name. It's called Tweed, I think. His name is Tweed. Something Tweed he's called. Anyway, that's by the by. That's pretty much the basics of the ship, because the ship is like that. It has your computer on it and a 3D printer where you do all your upgrades. But the actual gist of the game is you are going to somewhere to find somewhere habitable for people because Earth is kind of knackered. And you go down to the planet, and you find out that there is already it is already inhabited by something else of alien life form, that is, because there is like this massive tower there. Yeah. And you're then investigating the tower. So in the meantime, your eventual goal is to go and investigate the tower, but in the meantime you've got to like gather resources. That's where it becomes a bit like No Man's Sky, but it's very much, like I say, pared back to being like, there's no, yeah, there you go, there's the guy.
If it's the guy I've just
Kev's
found, Martin Tweed, yeah, that looks more like Lee McElwain with hair.
Look, Sheepdog, I don't care what logic you try and apply to the situation. If I see a bald fella anywhere, I'm going to say, why is Sheepdog there?
I'd sort of found him first and thought, that can't be the one they mean.
Well, yeah, somebody else in my Twitch chat yesterday said exactly the same. Well, I don't think it was Lee McElwain in the chat, but yeah, it was. Anyway, so you go, so you have health and stamina, and you upgrade your health and stamina through finding these like food orbs that you eat. And you collect resources such as like carbon, silicon, aluminium, or something like that. But you're not got like anything that's like you don't need oxygen or anything like that. So you're not like constantly having to go back to fill oxygen or power or anything like that. So it's much more pared down than No Man's Sky. And when No Man's Sky, I did have like a vague, it had a story premise to it. I did when I played it. I can't remember if it had more stuff put in recently, but this I feel like it's got a goal to it. And you're there to document all these things. So there's a scan mode in the game, and it becomes all like vector graphic based. Like you put the scanner on, and it's all like green and like vectors, and you scan out things, and you add stuff to your log, and yeah, it's slowly progressing through the game. You get resources, then you can upgrade things in your 3D printer. So you upgrade like you get a jetpack sort of thing, double jump pretty much, or a grappling hook, or the ability to carry certain items such as bombs and stuff like that. Because you can pick up certain things that they're sort of like grenades, but they only last 5 seconds before they explode. You can't carry them, so you have to craft like basically a glove or whatever it is. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I don't know, what do you think, Anna?
I played it in the weekend, and yeah, it's fun. I don't like the shooting on it.
The shooting to me felt a bit finicky as well, and I don't know why. I was like, I should put it down to me being really bad, because the controls themselves aren't horrendous. They're not bad at all, really. I just feel like the shooting is just. I'm not
because there
not
seems
accurate.
to be like a zoom mode, but it's not zooming. It's not doing anything, and I didn't like that at all. But apart from that, yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
It like there's nothing out at the moment, so like it's filling that hole.
I think it's perfect as well. I think that is the perfect thing for it. It's come out at a time when there's not a lot out there, and it's a more than serviceable game to fill that slot. And it's not a massive game either. I don't feel like where I was at yesterday when I was streaming it. I was like, you're at 6. I feel like I'm about 60% of the way through, and I've played about 4 hours.
Yeah, it's
not huge.
Definitely.
But it's
respect a game for coming out at the right time and treating its level like it's level.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not monstrous. Like you go to the upgrades in your 3D printer, and there's a fair amount of stuff there, but it's not like massive like tech trees of all sorts of different things. It's probably about half a dozen to 10 items on each. Like there's like 4 checklists of like backpack or whatever it is. Weapons, such thing, and whatever else. There's like 10 different things on each one. It's not like as if there's like hundreds of different things you can spec into or whatever like that. It's very much it knows what it wants to do, and it does it well. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It looks. I wasn't 100% certain at first. I was like, No Man's Sky feels, and I'm like, but with a bit of Ratchet and Clank thrown in. Bit of the insanity
definitely.
And the colourfulness of Ratchet and Clank. I was getting that from it. Doesn't play
it's
anything
very
like Ratchet
bright,
and Clank,
isn't
but
it?
yeah. But then I got to like further in the game where you're actually up towards the tower thing, and it's just amazing looking. It really is a genuinely pretty game. What else can I say? This is co-op as well. There is co-op in this game. I got to a boss yesterday. And it was a long boss. I was fighting for about 10 minutes, maybe a bit more, 15 minutes. And I was just fighting this boss, and it felt like I was playing this boss, and it should be for co-op. So you can play co-op in the game. I don't know.
It wants you to, doesn't it?
I feel like it wants you to.
It's in the actual video that play co-op, but you can't play on your own.
I think it would be a very good game to play co-op with someone, because it's like, say, it's all like collecting resources and exploring around this world and documenting everything that you're finding that's new. It's like I say, I've enjoyed my time with it. I've played, like I say, I reckon I've played close to 5 hours of it now, and I've just so much it's like I've played this week. That is pretty much all I've played this week, is that game.
I am disappointed this week that I didn't get to review a game that I've been emailed about probably 6 or 7 times over the past fortnight, and it's been irritating me that every time they email I go, yeah, I will review that game, and then they don't send me a code. But this is terrible. It's very topical, and I know why they're shilling it so much this week. But there's a game called Not Tonight, Take Back Control Edition, which is the anti-Brexit management game inspired by Papers, Please. And it's out on Switch, so I thought Kev might want to know it exists, because it's Papers, Please on the Switch. But it's just about checking everyone's ID after Brexit and just acting like I was just like, this game sounds like the kind of thing that would probably irritate me massively, but be quite entertaining. But
it's
yeah,
all over YouTube, that
is it? Okay, because I'm just disappointed they did not give me a copy. And I even emailed him this, because I got another email today and I went, look, I'm doing a podcast tonight at 9. If you give me a code this afternoon, I'll play it before the show and talk about it. And that'll be out tomorrow while Brexit is still relevant. But after this weekend, we're all just going to forget about it. So hurry up, give me a code. I didn't word it exactly like that. I was quite polite. But long story short, he didn't. So I never got to play it. I wondered if any of you had heard about it. I figured you would have, Anna. I figured Kev's on a social media ban after all those things he said last month. Basically, your New Year's Eve message, Kev, I bet you've learned your lesson now. You're never going to speak like that again. But yeah, it just... I thought he liked Papers, Please. He might have liked that. It's a bit expensive looking, though. They're trying to make money while the... make hay while the sun shines.
What is this game called?
I said it a minute ago and I've closed the email. Not Tonight, something edition.
Not Tonight, Take Back Control Edition.
That's it, yeah.
£17.5, eh?
Oh, it was like 27 on his email. That's probably the RRP or something then. But I thought, considering this game's probably got the replay value of about like 2 hours or something, yeah, it just seemed more like a Kev Chapman quick buy.
I do like a quick buy.
But yeah, that is it for me. And so you like Savage Planet then, yeah?
Yes.
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly, like say, and like I said, it's the perfect time for a nice little game like that. That's not going to take over your life for hundreds of hours, and it doesn't demand that either. Like I say, it knows when to get out, sort of thing. It's not overstaying its welcome at all for me. It seems like it's going to be a nice 6 to 8 hour game, one and done, and it performs well. It's a very good game.
I feel like Sheepdog of the first year we did this podcast would have dared to email him tomorrow going, you don't have any more codes lying around, do you? But I don't think I've got the balls to do that 10 years on.
That's why when Anna said...
become?
Yeah, I thought, when Sheepdog said... When Anna said, yeah, I'll have it for PS4, and I went... And I was like, that's when I messaged Sheepdog, went, I'm going to PC one as well, could you, Sheepdog? And he was like...
Yeah, my first reaction was like, I couldn't possibly, and then... I was
like thinking, where's that Harry Redknapp guy who used to just flag everything?
Yeah, we need to get a new Cockney. This one's broken.
I just need to get, I don't know, I just need to have a good run.
You need to spend a couple of weeks working back on the markets again.
It's probably
get your patter back.
My darling, you in the headband.
See? It's coming back to you.
It is.
Anna, have you played anything else this week?
I have been playing the Savage Planet and Wasteland 2.
This is that game that looks like a really old game that's not very good.
Really
it's like Wasteland 1!
Yeah, but you keep playing it. Why do you keep playing it?
I don't know. I've double dipped on... I've probably triple dipped on this game.
Wow.
I think I've got it on Steam. I've got it on the PlayStation 4 and I've got it on Switch. I like this game.
You're a crazy person.
I know. So...
Hold on, Anna, there's a Linux version you can get. You haven't got the Linux version. Perhaps you should get that.
No. I don't know what it is, but like the first time I played this game, I found a red button and I pushed it, and then my game ended, and I was like, oh, right.
I'd completed it. I'm going for round 2. I'd have been well happy. I'd have been like, Kev, I completed a game this week.
Yeah, the timer started going. I was like, oh, all right. That's not because I'd only been playing it a few hours, and this was years ago, and I was like, oh, I need to put some proper time in this game. So, like, you have to go and investigate one of your desert rangers' death, and as you go, you have to go to a certain place. You go there and you find the dead ranger and a dead robot that looks like a man but is a robot, and you have to then. You don't know why, because you thought you wiped out the robots in the first game. So you're like, where's this come from? And then you go on this whole adventure about finding where the robots and a weird... so the ranger that was dead was on a mission to put repeaters on a radio tower because they were getting radio signals, but they couldn't listen to them properly because the aerials and radiation were fighting each other. So that's why he was out there. You go out there, then you get the repeaters, and now you have to go and put them around the wasteland. And as you're going around, you just get missions and radio broadcasts from people. But it's like, so when you're on the world map, you're just a dot that is going from place to place through radiation. Don't go through radiation without a radiation suit. You will die. I died the other day.
Words to live by.
But then when you get to a X on the map, you can enter that area and it becomes a Diablo style game. Like it's top down.
Okay.
So you have your group and you can move around freely. Your group can be I think you start with 3. I now have about 7 people in my group and a robot. Love my robot. He is like the best. I've never had him before because when I played this like before, I went to the area that he was in, but completely missed him because he was so blended in. But I've got him this time, and he is the best thing in the world. So yeah, you're free to move around when you're in the game work. So like in a place, but if you come against baddies, then it turns into a turn-based game, and you only have like.
So it's a bit like so it's like a proper RPG, like akin to something like Baldur's Gate. Then yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So you can only move so many times. Everyone's got a skill of some sort. So I've got 2 snipers. I've got 2 people with like bladed weapons, people with shotguns, people with laser energy weapons, and then just like handguns. And I love it, and I don't know why. I find it really interesting. Like you go into a place and like after the first like tutorial mission, you're given a choice of whether going to save the water town or the food town, and you're like, well, which one should you do? Because if you save the food, then but you don't go to the water, then the water can't get to the food and the food dies. So you have to go to the water. But then if you go to the plants, if you go to the water place and leave the plants area gets taken over by cannibal plants, and then the plants eat the people. So I mean, it's mental, but I love it, and it's just a weird game that I really, really like, and it's Fallout-y, and I need a bit more Fallout in my life.
Okay, so have you played the original Fallouts?
Yes.
The old Fallouts.
Yes.
That's what
but not very far.
That's what I'm getting vibes of that from this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like that. It's just a bit more technically.
Yeah, it's because the original Fallout games are old.
Around.
They're old.
Because in the old Fallouts, it was you could only move to squares.
Yeah.
Whereas this is you can move around as freely as you want, as long as there's not enemies there. And then when you get enemies, then you have to kill them and then like pick up their junk. But the remaster of the first one is coming out in a couple of days. I've looked at it. I'm like, do I really want to go down there? See, yes, they've remastered, but it doesn't look like this one, and I like the look of this one. And Wasteland 3 is coming out later this year, which I also like the look of. I don't know what it is about the games that I like them. There's things to find, so you can find safes that one of your characters has to be level to the level of the safe, or they can't open it. And if they try and open it, so you get a wheel come up and it'll be like 27% of succeeding. She goes over and she fails, then you can send in a mechanical specialist, and he can fix the safe, and then she can go again. So it's all interlinked and stuff, and it's just, I love it. I love it. There's like an animal whisperer. You can whisper to animals before you fight them, and then they become your friends, and then kill the ones that are trying to kill you. Like, so I have a robot, and that robot is now linked to like my leader. So if my leader goes over there and I leave all my other stuff, or all my other people over there, he'll follow me no matter what. He is my robot. He is imprinted onto me, and it's like, yes. But because he's dead fragile, so like he's very good at giving good shots, but if he gets shot, like, his health goes down. But because I have a specialist computer science person, they then heal him up, and it's all good. And it's just, yeah, it's a mad game, and it's very insane, and I can sink hours into it, like more than I care to know. Like, I put it on the other day when I after the gym. I thought I'd play it for 2 hours, and I got with some work. Yeah, I didn't turn it off until Andy came home. It's like it just sucks up my time, but there's not much out, so I might as well put some time into some more games. But yeah, remastered. So I don't know when the Wastelanders 2 original came out. Couldn't tell you. Not a clue.
2015.
But I know was it? So like the first one, I think it's either
1988.
So 9. Oh god, that's so long ago. But like in the game, you'll find like Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. I found the first game in that game. You just find weird things that like we know of, but because it was in the 80s, there's a lot of 80s stuff that can be found, because that's when obviously the bombs fell and wiped out everything. But yeah, love Wasteland. Very much fun. And I don't know why. It just is. No idea. Couldn't tell you. It's good.
Splendid.
I like it.
And I feel like that brings us to the end of another podcast. We can just master smashing an hour on the nose these days. We're very good at it. We always play exactly the right amount of games. Exactly.
I also played Tomb Raider.
No, Ella, you didn't.
Sake.
Yeah, I did.
He literally just said.
So, like, no, because I remember, because I forgot. I knew it came out, but I forgot that I got it on the PlayStation, because I thought it only came out on Xbox, how they did with the other ones. And I was on the store for some reason, and I was like, oh, did that come out? So I'm on my phone, I was like, oh, I'll buy that. I was like, hold on a minute. Just a second. What did I play this on? So I went for my trophies in there, and there it is. I was like, oh, I did play it on the PlayStation 4. So I didn't buy it, but I did put it in and re-download it and played like the first 2 hours of it, and then I got bored and I turned it off. But that game, it is so pretty, and like it's there's like, I got about 3/4 of the way through it, and there's just the best scene ever in this game, and it's just like, oh yes. So people should play that, because it's very good. I wish they would make more of it.
I still haven't played that. I really should play it.
You've not played any of them,
Especially,
have you?
I played the first one that came back. The first.
Second one's very good.
I think, is that the one that's on Stadia? Because I've got the Stadia set up now.
They're all on Stadia, but the free one's the first one, I think.
Oh, is it? I've played that one. I'm not going to spend money on Stadia. They've already had 160 quid.
Oh
out
no,
of me.
you haven't. Have you played the second one? Because it's still here on the Xbox.
I'll play it one day. I won't play it ever. Right, as mentioned at the start of the podcast, of course, my glorious return to social media has now happened. So you can, in addition to following us at MGUK Podcast, you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pub 1986.
And we will maybe be back next week. I'm doing 5 a.m. get-ups this month, so I don't know if I can handle the podcast. I might sleep through the next 4 episodes while I'm doing 5 a.m. get-ups all month. So this might be the last you hear of me until March. So,
You know, I said I was gonna eke mine forward. I managed to eke mine forward half an hour. I'm content with it. I'm sticking to that forever now. 5 a.m. is insane. You're gonna die.
What time do you get up then?
Like 10 to 7 instead of later.
Wow.
see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.